So I saw Sonic the Hedgehog today, and I thought it was good. It was entertaining. It had some cringy parts, but I overall liked it. The movie was brisk paced, so I never really felt bored, and there were some funny moments, some not so, but the movie felt like it actually had put love inside it. It didn't feel like a cash grab, and I think that's good. From the trailers, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it would be a sort of childish road trip story, but it was actually pretty good at knowing its audience, that wouldn't just be children, but adults as well. And it was a film that would be watched by gamers and people like Sonic, of course, and it was definitely better than I expected it would to be. Of course, Jim Carrey is excellent as Dr. Eggman. He just made me laugh a lot, even when he was just saying a random offline, and he had that crazy energy that was suitable for Eggman. James Marsden was actually pretty good as the lead human character. He wasn't annoying like other characters, and actually was quite charismatic and added something to the movie. His and Sonic's relationship was pretty nice, and I like how it evolved and eventually turned out to be pretty heartwarming. Ben Schwartz did an excellent job voicing Sonic. He gave it that expressive feel, and it felt juvenile but not too childish, which is perfect for Sonic. Now, of course, Paramount changed the CGI from the original trailer since, well, so now Sonic actually looks like Sonic, the one we all know and love. Sometimes he looked a bit strange compared to all the human characters, but it's not big enough for me to complain about. As far as plots go, Sonic's was not especially amazing. It was a road trip story, basically, combined with some action. Essentially, Sonic escapes from his home planet and arrives on Earth, on which he spends 10 years. But when Dr. Robotnik tries to catch him, he attempts to escape using teleportation rings. However, they get lost in San Francisco, so he teams up with James' character to get to San Francisco and defeat Robotnik. Sonic and the human have a few side quests, some emotional bonding, and then he defeats Robotnik. There is a scene in a bar where Sonic goes so fast that he stops time, which is very reminiscent of the Quicksilver scene in Days of Future Past, and just as entertaining. Near the climax, there's a pretty cool chase sequence in which Sonic is running through San Francisco with Dr. Robotnik chasing him, and he uses the rings to teleport between countries, like going across the Great Wall in China to running across Egypt. In the sort of origin portion of the film, it shows Sonic with an owl creature as his paternal figure, and I don't really understand what it's meant to represent, but she eventually gets presumably killed by hunters, and so that's why Sonic has to leave his planet. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this may lead on to some sort of game cinematic universe, because through the movie there's constantly mention of a mushroom world. And you know who lives in a mushroom kingdom? Yeah. And speaking of Easter eggs, in the post-credit scene, Tails is actually revealed, which first of all confirms a sequel, but it's also pretty exciting since we're going to be getting more of the Sonic cast. So I can assume that we might get Knuckles or Shadow or Amy in the next film. Find it hilarious if Shadow was the anti-hero or villain of the next film and was just super edgy. So, my final thoughts on this film. I think it was a good movie. There was a lot of thought and care put into it, and it was made to please the fans and just newcomers. It had a great cast, had quite a decent script, and was definitely better than I was expecting. I would rate this movie an 8 out of 10.